There's a saying I like. At the end of the day, as long as there are two people left on this planet, someone is gonna want someone dead. And sometimes, if you can't change a situation, then the best thing you can do is to know what to expect. For those of you who follow the web series Death Battle, I still have no idea how Wizard and Boomstick, these two sadistic scientists, if you will, are still going at it after all this time. They're still pitting fighters from across the multiverse against each other for entertainment. And I've had my run-ins with Death Battle in the past, and let's just say things haven't always gone in my favor. Yes, even the Batman has its limits. Since I can't seem to stop the coming storm, the best thing for me to do will be to try and anticipate the outcome. Now, to draw open the curtains of Death Battle Season 8, the granddaddy of the Jedi, Master Yoda, is facing the Keyblade-wielding conglomerate mascot, King Mickey. Now, this is a milestone for Wizard and Boomstick as well, because for the longest time, these two have been banned from entering the Death Battle arena. Yoda because he's a pacifist, and Mickey, well, I assume it's because he's Mickey. So which one of these fighters is going to come out on top? Well, let's talk about it. First, allow me to address the elephant in the room. The one question you have to ask yourself when you're fighting against the Jedi is, couldn't he just squish my insides and end the fight right then and there? That is a valid concern, but here's my reverse ask. If I'm fighting against someone who can mess with time, couldn't he just freeze everything in place and then go from there? In other words, both these fighters have the ability to end the fight instantly, and to decide on the winner based on these tactics would be incredibly arbitrary. I also believe that Yoda's mind reading and mind control abilities with the Force could be countered by Mickey's own magic. So at the end of the day, it's going to come down to raw power. Modern Death Battle seems intent on measuring their combatants' potential via scaling, and with good reason too. When Obi-Wan Kenobi fought Kakashi from Naruto, he was directly compared to a Jedi Knight by the name of Kip, who apparently was able to move a singularity with a thought. This should be Obi-Wan's most impressive display of strength. This is the original quote that they used, which confirms in my mind that it's fair to draw comparisons between Obi-Wan and Yoda. Whatever Obi-Wan can do, Yoda should be able to manage as well. King Mickey, on the other hand, is a different story. Now, there are many ongoing debates as to whether King Mickey or Sora is stronger. This also means that these two characters are comparable to each other. In order to understand the upper limits of Sora's strength, I believe it's necessary to take a look at a digital replica of Sora with all his abilities, known as Data Sora. Data Sora apparently has the potential to destroy a digital replica of our universe, known as the Datascape. In other words, on one hand, you have a fighter who can move a black hole, and on the other, you have one that can threaten an entire universe. If we're going by that standard, I don't think there's much competition in terms of strength. Yoda's speed in combat is ludicrous. He once took on 3 Jedi Masters simultaneously while completely unarmed, which should attest to his reaction speed in battle. And like most seasoned Jedis, he's able to easily deflect laser fire. That should put his speed at around the hypersonic level. That, compounded with his precognition, should put him in around light speed. Yet once again, King Mickey seems to be in an entirely different league. Once again scaling him to Sora. Sora once outpaced a being named Monstro, who can traverse between different solar systems in a matter of minutes. Specifically, between 2 solar systems in a matter of 130 seconds. If we are to use the width of our own solar system as an example, divided by 130 seconds, that puts Monstro, by extension Sora, and Mickey about 7,000 times the speed of light. Once again, the gap is too big to ignore. Yoda has a reputation for being a swordsman with impeccable precision. In other words, his swordsmanship is nothing less of perfection. I don't believe that King Mickey has the same sort of reputation when it comes to Keyblade combat. He's no slouch for sure, but he's never been regarded as anything close to a perfect swordsman. I will also say that since Yoda has been alive for about 9 centuries, he definitely has the experience advantage. However, while his old age means that he has definitely seen more fights, it is also responsible for one of his biggest weaknesses, in that his stamina is not what it used to be. This is especially to Yoda's detriment when you realize that out of the 8 forms of lightsaber combat, he specializes in Ataru, which is an incredibly offensive style. He's always moving, always attacking, meaning he could tire himself out relatively easily. So if this comes down to a battle of attrition, I do think that Yoda's low stamina could be his greatest downfall. And if it's a matter of who can land a killing blow first, I think Mickey's speed will be able to pull him ahead. So it's with a heavy heart that I say I don't see Yoda emerging victorious. However, there is one final factor that we didn't take into account. Since both these fighters have been banned for a long time, there is a potential comedic element to the bout, since a reductive way to view the fight is all of Star Wars against all of Disney. And since the mouse owns everything, it's difficult to envision Yoda winning, even if this fight is not meant to be taken seriously. Nonetheless, those are only my thoughts, but I could be wrong. There are some things even I can't anticipate. Isn't that right? Wally, I know you're hiding around here somewhere.